What's up, YouTube? Today I wanted to talk a bit about crypto security basics and basically an overview of how to protect yourself and to be aware of the different attacks that happen in the cryptoverse, and also the benefits of having crypto in certain SHTF situations and how crypto can work and be complementary with precious metals as a backup in your diversified portfolio, because precious metals tend to work better in economic collapse, where crypto is working where there's a lot of different types of uncertainty. And in particular, in the eastern region with Korea, China, and Japan, where there's that sort of threat of nuclear warfare or even just missiles being launched. When you need to get out and you need to move wealth, crypto is much more effective than moving a bunch of silver and gold. So to me, gold and silver and crypto have their strengths and weaknesses. And in particular, let's start off with crypto weaknesses and the fact that a lot of people are getting scammed out of tons of money, either through being attacked by hackers or just making certain mistakes. Even I myself have made some mistakes, and I'm not afraid to admit that, but when these things do happen, you kind of have to understand that it's either your fault or someone's trying to take it from you. There are a few ways that people will try to take your crypto, and the most common way right now is through phishing attacks. This is how a lot of people lose the most amount of money, because they use people's own emotions of FOMO, fear of missing out, and their own greed in order to trick them into giving up their private key or their password to their account. This type of attack is mainly social engineering, where they basically try to trick you and pretend to be someone where they are an official admin, moderator, or bot that comes in and says, hey, we've changed the rules specifically for you, and if you act right now, you can get some sort of discount. And some people tend to fall for that for one reason or another, and they rush because of the fear of missing out and send it, only to find out later that that wasn't the case, that, believe it or not, the business didn't issue new tokens just for you. And they never should, so never trust that. This type of social engineering usually relies on impulse buys and tries to get you to make that impulse buy so that you feel like you're missing out. And if you send it right away, that you'll get some extra bonus because you got some special message from a bot or some person. So don't fall for this one. This is actually the most common and really gets in on the greed. But there's another one where people kind of willingly walk into, and because they feel like it's a legitimate type of investment, but in reality, there's no real way that a system like a high yield investment program or a high YIP is ever really going to be sustainable. The only way that you can make money from it is by getting in early enough and having it run long enough to where you can make some money. And most of the people will end up making their money are the affiliates, the guys who actually get everyone to sign up. I mean, honestly, right now they have $121 million in management, so they're looking at paying out $1.21 million per day, which seriously is not sustainable. So next, we've seen one that's been coming up called Regal Coin. This one definitely I don't think is a good coin. Basically, they're trying to come up and recreate the Bitcoin feel and do controlled releases of the tokens and pretend like they're at the level of Bitcoin, yet at the same time offer an affiliate program, which I really hate. I really don't like affiliate programs in crypto, because it's essentially a multi-level marketing scheme applied to crypto. Personally, I don't see a lot of value in this particular coin. It pretends to do a lot of things, and I don't really see how it's going to be capable of doing what it says it's going to do. I mean, earn profits up to 45% monthly, earn yearly profit up 540%. It's at that point, why do you even need extra capital coming out? All you need to do is take a loan from a bank and just do it that way. All right, so when it comes to Regal Coin, I'm definitely not a fan. So let's take a look at some other stuff. Some other ways in security on how to protect yourself. And in particular, those are ways where people try to take money from you through social engineering by pretending to be an official that they're not. Another way is that they set up a website and promise you the world and try to get you to give them money. So that's what I would call some external type of security considerations, and these are more internal things that you can control yourself, and in particular the way that you handle your accounts across different mobile wallets or different crypto wallets. And you can see from the top and going down that at exchanges they share the private key with you, or more or less they control the private key, but you initiate the action. So as you go down the line, you end up having more of your own control of the private key. And the more that you go down, I would say the less you should actually have to use your private key. So really this all depends on what type of crypto stacker or trader you are. If you're more of a trader, then mostly the majority of your funds will be in the exchange because you want to buy and sell at any given time, and trying to move around crypto is fairly difficult because you need to wait for X number of confirmations depending on what kind of coin. On the other hand, if you're a stacker, all you need is a paper wallet or a hardware wallet, and from there you use the address, you generate the public-private key once, and from there you only access the public key to send in deposits. So that way you can have it as a long-term storage. What your most general usage coin should come from is your mobile or laptop. Like this is where you store certain amounts of money that's usable. Most of your money is in a bank right now, so large amounts are in the bank, which I would consider the hardware wallet or the paper wallet. And from there, if you need like more spendable money, then you transfer it to a laptop, a mobile wallet, or a dedicated machine. So if you have a dedicated machine, that's a little bit safer than a mobile wallet, which is, it's about the same as a laptop, because there are different ways to compromise it, but I would say a mobile is slightly more secure because of the thumbprint access. But laptops, you have more chances of malware. So take everything with a grain of salt. This is just my opinion. Some other security considerations that I would say for when you actually set up your accounts on these ICOs or using these different things is to use a separate email address that you use for your personal email, that you use for your banking email. They should all be kind of different so that one email doesn't have access to everything, just in case it's compromised, that you don't have to worry about the rest of your funds or your personal life being wrecked, so to speak. So this happens quite a bit in pretty much everywhere, actually. It's not just a crypto space. It just happened with Equifax, so it happens. So the best that you can do is just try to use variants of your username, or just use different names altogether for specific things. That'll keep you a little bit more safe. Also, private key storage and usage. The less you use your private key, the better, the safer it is, which is why I say if on the Ledger Nano S and the paper wallet, if you don't have to transfer funds out, don't. Otherwise, keep that as just a deposit only, and for your spendable money, if you do a budget, 90% for savings go into Ledger Nano S and paper wallet, and 10% comes out to the mobile wallet. And if you need to use it or spend, don't spend from the Nano or paper to the whoever you're buying from. Leave that alone. Transfer it up, then transfer it out. So that way, whoever you're spending to won't see the larger balances. If your position is sizable in crypto these days, then you should really be looking at backing up all your private keys on a secured device, just to make sure that it stays out of the online world and maintained specifically by you. So that brings me to the next thing, which is your password complexity. You can string multiple words together, and that would be more complex than taking one word and trying to be fancy with it. So keep that in mind. A poem or 4, 5 random words, when put together, can be 16 to 20 character string. Would take a lot longer than a fancy 8 to 10 word, 8 to 10 character password. One other thing on that note is don't make it too complex, because one of the other big issues is forgetting your password. So always try to remember like what you're associating it with, so you have a way to recover it. And goes big with those seed phrases. All right, so this is getting a little long. I'm going to split this up into a couple of parts. Let me know what you would like to hear about in the comment section below. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.